Hi, I'm a third-year student at the Kyiv Professional College of Arts and Services. My name is Hanna Overkovska, and today I would like to take you with me on this journey through time in my career. Of course, trying to condense this entire topic, centuries of human lives and experiences, in just 8 to 10 minute presentation would be kind of stupid and pointless. So today I would like to tell you about some of my personal favorites in this topic, why I cared and still care, and well, why you should too. The first point I would like to address is that we had fashion as our kind of buddy, which lived alongside us for centuries, and of course it had a lot of influence on us, and we had a lot of influence on it. One unexpected point there is politics, because historically they have had a lot of influence of fashion, mostly not only because of some materials that were provided by the elites, but also because of the opinions of said elites who have defined what was acceptable to wear. One example I actually recall is from 16th century England, after divorcing his first wife, King Henry VIII married Anne Boleyn, and she brought a new style of clothing from France, French hood and French gown. The French hood was so synonymous with her, in fact, that after her execution, the new queen forbid everyone from wearing that garment. Here, there is another example. Both of these women in the portraits are queens of France. What's the difference, you might ask? It's 20 years and one French Revolution. Immediately noticeable the change of silhouette and of course of the preferred accessories. I have actually had my own phase of historical craze in 8th grade in the end of 2021. This one is a French hood recreated from the portrait of Anne Boleyn. And here it is a reticule, a ridiculously small bag. It's from the Romance era of like 1820s. Staying in 8th grade, but moving on to the year 2022, and of course that's the war, the full-scale invasion. The first 4 pictures are the small design I made in the Alphabet, Spain during the first few weeks of the war, when I was sitting in the corridor to just take my mind off of all the chaos that was going on around me. And the 2 other designs are the clothes I made for my fashion doll while I was a refugee in Chernivtsi. The next picture is here, my graduation dress for 9th grade. I was very proud of it. I still am, although I do actually regret that I did not know as much about the technologies and all of the works that lay behind these kinds of dresses, but I was about to find out on my first year of studying in this very college. That year we did not really as much look into the technology of how the clothing is made, more as we actually worked with the scissors and the irons and the machines and the stitches, and created some independent parts of the garments we were studying. And that year, our final work was table linen and bed linen. I actually still have these. We made them for ourselves, and I still sleep and use these to this very day. This is my graduation project, diploma project from the 2nd year with these very yellowy, springy vibes. I still love it, and after making it, but before receiving a grade for it, I went on practical studies. This is like a job, but your college finds it for you. They annually check up on you at times, and there you receive the money and receive the experience. And I did a lot of different kinds of jobs in that place. I really loved it. And now to the 3rd year, the one I'm studying right now. This year, unlike the first year, we are actually going deeper and studying what lays behind all of the clothing that we were making the previous 2 years. These are just a few examples of the clothes I have designed for myself, for my size, but have made them. It was not obligatory, but I still decided to do so because having clothes of your own size is very nice. And this would be my diploma project for this year. It's still not finished. I am still working on like the sleeves. I have made the embroidery. This design was made this summer of 2025. I did not even actually know that it would be the design for my diploma, but well, here we are. I'm very proud of it and absolutely cannot wait until I finish it. What I like about the Ukrainian fashion industry, what our designers are doing, is that they're not afraid of showing and having this identity with Ukrainian folk elements. For example, I have here, it's my shirt I bought from my work during the practical studies. I really like that it has the sweet embroidery all over it. Very nice indeed. And actually, other thing about Ukraine and Kyiv is that there are some places for fashion enthusiasts. For example, this is the Victorian Museum. It's located in Kyiv and it has some examples of late 19th, early 20th century fashion, like dresses and stuff. Very nice, very detailed. Actually, an interesting fact about this place, this is a place my boyfriend got me on my first date. It was a surprise, so you can really see by that how much of a fashion and history nerd I am. It was not even my idea, it was a surprise, and I really loved it, let's just say. Now to the history of the modern day fashion, the entire world this time. Unfortunately, unlike Ukraine, not a lot of other countries stick to their identity as much, and you cannot really find the commonplace or common elements that would directly characterize this century's fashion. And what makes it worse at times is the fast fashion trends and the fact that a lot of garments are not made with such a high level of quality from the very beginning. Here my profession again comes in, because tailors there's a phrase in English, reuse, reduce, recycle, and in my case it would be repair, remake, and make with quality from the absolutely very beginning. But even if it's not made with quality, at times you can repair it. You can make a shirt into a skirt and a top, for example, or use all fabric to make yourself a shirt or a skirt. To thrust into the ending a bit, when I was in 8th grade and I was still choosing my profession and I stopped on this particular choice, my classmates were telling me that it would be a waste of my knowledge, of its vastness. But after 3 or 4 years, I still do not regret my choice. I absolutely love this profession and sincerely believe that it deserves all the recognition you can give it, and it deserves to be explored way more. I am grateful for your attention, for listening to this presentation, and thank you for going along with me on this journey through time.